Hello, and welcome to this update video. Seeing as the Milton Valley Railroad is nearing its completion, I thought now would be a good time to announce two things. Firstly, the next route I will be making, which will again be payware like the MVR. And secondly, a new train that I'm making for said new route, which will be freeware available on the DLS. So, let's begin with a new route. Now, this new route is going to be quite refreshing for me because in many ways it'll be the opposite of the MVR, except perhaps for its scale and detail and, of course, love with which it will be crafted. So, the MVR, for example, is set in the 1960s USA, and it's mostly heavy freight and single-track main lines with 40 mph speed limits on average. Yes, there is some higher speed stuff on the southern end of the route, but mostly 40 miles per hour. That's where the main area of the route is. It's also exclusively diesel and steam. Now, in contrast, the new route will be set in modern-day England, and by modern day I mean anywhere from the 1990s to the 2020s, probably somewhere in between. It'll be focused predominantly on commuter passenger services, and it will be an interconnected network. So lots of junctions, lots of stations everywhere that are all going to be interconnected, like I said. This means most of it will be double-track mainline or maybe even four-track stuff with speeds of 60 to 90 miles per hour. I do intend to have some single-track stuff in more rural areas, but mostly high-capacity, often arriving commuter trains, that sort of stuff. Now, most importantly perhaps, this new route will be electric, but not overhead electric, but third rail electric. Now, as far as I'm aware, there actually isn't a third rail electric route available for trains. There might be some older stuff available on the DLS, I don't know. But as far as I know, there really isn't anything like that available. So, that is perhaps reflected in the fact that there aren't that many great third rail electric assets on the DLS. There are a couple high quality ones, but they are mostly older trains, like slam doors, that sort of stuff. But before we get to that, I just want to show you some real-life images of areas that this new route will be inspired by. So, for example, Kent, or Devon, Dorset, the Greater London area. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this, if you couldn't tell. Now, before we move on to the train properly, I know you're very excited for it, but before we move on to that, I also want to emphasize that this route will be mostly built off-stream with semi-regular update videos being posted on this channel, along with updates on Discord, as opposed to being fully built on stream like the MVR. Now I do say fully because live streams will still continue on route building stuff on this route. They just won't be as frequent as they are now, and most of the progress will be done off-stream, which will hopefully increase the rate of progress significantly. Now, let's get to the train. The train which I'm making for this new route is the BR Class 465 Third Rail Electric Multiple Unit. Yes, one of the good old networkers. At the time of recording this, it is still work in progress, wearing a demo livery. But as you can see, I've already made a lot of progress. Current features include working doors and passenger seating, working door indicator lights, some in-cab instruments and controls, several interior camera positions, including passenger views, of course. And well, we'll just have to see what features I can put in as I'm developing the train. Ooh, an important feature is also it actually drives already. It works. Now, along with being DLS freeware, the 465 will also be freely reskinnable. So if you've got an idea for a good reskin you want to put this train in, you will be able to do so. If you want to stay up to date with these projects, then I do have a Discord server linked in the description, and I will also post semi-regular update videos on this channel. If you have any questions or feedback you'd like to give me, then a good way of doing so is to catch one of my streams live on Twitch. Not sure if you can hear that, but that's actually the steam engine for the local steam railway. Sorry for the distraction. Anyway. Yes, a good way of doing so is catching a live stream on Twitch. You can also leave a comment or, again, go on the Discord server if you want. Now, the last thing I would like to mention is that on the off chance that you would like to support these projects monetarily, there are links to do that in the description as well. So, with that being said, I'm really excited for these new projects, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.